Hi there, I'm Paul Mitchell, leadership coach, author and founder of The Human Enterprise. And today I'd like to talk to you about 5 leadership trends I think you're going to see in 2020 and just some little tweaks that you can do to capitalize on them. The first one is transparency. I think people everywhere will be asking for more transparency, wanting to know the numbers, wanting to know where money goes, wanting to know what's happening with our people. What they'll be looking for is, what are you doing and what are you not doing? Where did you do something or not do something? And where did you do something and not tell us, not be open, not be perhaps even vulnerable about it? I think it was Aristotle who first said it's not the sins of commission, what we do, it's the sins of omission that we really have to pay for. And I think you will be judged on not what you said and not what you did, but what you said and didn't tell us about, or what you didn't say. So start to think about, where do you need to be informing people much more than you are already? Where do you need to be opening up a little bit more about perhaps and being transparent about your own vulnerabilities? What you don't want is people saying, why wasn't I asked and why wasn't I told? Second trend, and that is one of ownership. I think you're going to see a lot more people, rather than waiting for you, stepping up and taking ownership. Starting to say, you know what? We can't say this is someone else's problem anymore. This is my problem. I have to do something about it. So you're going to see a lot more what I would call global activism in the world on a whole range of issues. You can tap into this as a leader. Why not have your higher purpose as the cause? Why not be a much more cause-related business and tap into that energy and get that engagement of people that's there already, just bubbling up and waiting to come to the surface? The third trend is one of much more collaboration. Now, we know this anyway, we've always talked about it, but the world is becoming so complex. No one makes it on their own, or if they do, not for long. So your job as a leader now, more than any, is to sever the silos, to bust the barriers, to free up the functions, to get the whole system in the room. When's the last time you got the whole system in the room? What do I mean by that? Every level and every function. And if it's not the whole system, just a representation of the whole system. Get the whole system in the world. Start to foster collaboration. Promote people who are not just great single operators, but who are great collaborators. The fourth trend I believe you're going to see is much more emphasis on adaptability, not just agility. I see them in 2 different ways. Agility is the ability to be able to move from one thing to another, but still basically getting the same result, or to get better at something, but still getting the same result. Whereas adaptability is to be able to almost do something totally different. Sometimes you might get an athlete who's a javelin thrower or a hurdler, and they will be agile with their particular javelin throwing or their hurdling. But a pentathlon or a decathlon is so adaptable, they can go from one different arena of sport to another. And that's what we're going to be looking at. Where are you, where are your people more and more adaptable? Not just flexible or agile, but more adaptable. A little bit of a difference there. Adaptable businesses will be the ones that very quickly identify what are the great opportunities that are coming our way that we can quickly capitalize on, or what are the problems that we've got that we can quickly overturn, resolve, or at least minimize. So where are you adaptable? Where are you teaching adaptability? Where are you emphasizing and recognizing adaptability? And the 5th and final trend is a world trend that I believe you're going to see coming into leadership, and that is democratization of leadership. We have got democratization in the world and everything. Been in an Uber lately? Democratization. Gone to Airbnb or stayed in an Airbnb lately? Democratization. So what you're going to find is, rather than just this leadership from the top down, more and more emphasis will be on leaders right throughout the business. Everyone will be leading, not just you and your senior team or one or two leaders with leadership titles. There will be a democratization of leaders right throughout the business. What does this mean for you? Everything that comes across your plate, say, wow, how can I delegate this to create more leadership? Or how can I use this opportunity to develop someone to get more robust and a democratization of leadership right throughout the business? So there we go. 5 trends which I think you'll see emerging in 2020, if not already here already, and some little small tweaks, some actions that you can do to capitalize on them. I'm Paul Mitchell. Find the passion, develop the skills, make the numbers, and make a difference. Hey, thanks for watching this video on the power of small tweaks or small leadership tweaks. We'd love your feedback, so keep it coming via email and social media. And if you believe in the power of small tweaks, I guarantee you also believe in the power of learning. So please, if you want to continue your learning, grab a copy of my latest book, Your Leadership Diamond, How to Transform the Way You Live Your Life, Lead Your People and Leave a Legacy. Right now, at the time of releasing this video, we've got some great bonuses available for you. Simply go to yourleadershipdiamond.com and you'll see all the details there. Keep polishing.